one, the only, the incredible Megyn Kelly, kicking ass on YouTube. You can hear her on SiriusXM, get her podcast. But she is the queen who joins us each and every week here on Paul Murray Live. How are you, Rockstar?
I'm great. I'm so great. I'm loving the summer, and the news cycle is insane.
I want to start off with what I think is just a spectacular gift the United States government is giving the rest of the world and, of course, its citizens, which is you don't have to take your shoes off anymore when you go to the airport.
Yeah.
Now, as a person who, has travelled much for work, for private life, thank God, because I know there was the shoe bomber, but now that we've done the shoes, do we still have to take off our belts? Because I've never in the history since 9/11 heard of how my belt is somehow going to bring down a plane.
That's a good point. And let's just talk about the liquids, the 4-ounce liquid restriction. That honestly, is there a big contingent of people who want to bring a bomb on an airplane, but then they don't because there's a 4-ounce limit? They don't just use 4 ounces of the mini size in the Johnson's baby shampoo and then a second 4-ounce. If you really want to bring down the plane via liquid bomb, I think you would just comply with the 4-ounce thing and you'd have multiple 4-ounce liquids like you're allowed to. And this is so ridiculous what we've been doing since 9/11. Some of the security measures made sense. This one makes no sense. And this shoes thing, not only is it a pain in the butt, but it's disgusting.
Yes.
It's like the bottom of people's shoes go into the same bin that then you have to put your jacket in or the sweater you're wearing in or your child's item in. Your purse, which goes over your shoulder. I mean, none of this makes any sense. We've been doing it now for 20 years. That Richard Reeve thing, the British citizen who tried to bring down a plane with his shoe, an explosive in his shoe, was 2006.
Wow.
And finally, they're talking sense with the Trump administration. The head of transportation, Sean Duffy, actually said they did a survey, what's the most annoying thing to you about traveling? And the number one answer was TSA, which is the organization that makes you take off your shoes, etc. Another point on that. Here's the other problem with TSA, and it's not just our TSA in America. It's global, especially over in Europe, places like France. I've been through it many times. These people are on a power trip. Everybody listening to me knows that I'm right. We've all been harassed by these people who have a modicum of power, who get drunk on it and really just want to punish you as you go through TSA for no reason. My son had it was a 5-ounce mini, but not mini enough, toothpaste tube. This is my 11-year-old. They're like, no. Yes, you've caught us. I, Megyn Kelly, a public figure, am smuggling bombs through my 11-year-old son's 5-ounce toothpaste tube. Great job. Great job, TSA.
Let's talk about the Jeffrey Epstein thing, because I don't buy it. Sorry, I don't buy it, right? I know you're not a conspiracy person. I'm not a conspiracy person, but there is always that one story that we have read too much about, and I've read too much about this story to believe nothing to see here.
It's very sketchy. And look, here's the truth. Bongino, who I really love as a friend, and Patel, who I also respect, were among the biggest promoters of the Epstein conspiracy theory stuff. I mean, one of the reasons this has such sway on the right is because of those two.
Correct.
And what they said about Epstein prior to joining the FBI. And that's a fair point to make too. Once joining the FBI, they've not been touting this at all. And they had different responsibilities and they had different access than the rest of us. But it must be said that one of the reasons that many people on the right in particular have doubts about the official Epstein story is because guys like those two, who we loved and respected, were telling us all along, there's no way there isn't something more to this, whether it's connections to Intel, Mossad, people like Bill Gates. Are they getting covered up for it? Okay, so they bear some responsibility for the fact that people are so reluctant to believe them now. But I really do put the blame for this recent development on Pam Bondi, because
100%.
There's been no one more than Pam Bondi since taking office, since being on the inside of the administration, where whatever you say has a lot more sway than you as a podcaster. She's been dangling little carrots in front of us. And now I'm looking back thinking, Was she just trying to be popular? Was she just trying to like sound like a cool kid who like, I've got all the gossip, I've got the burn book, and I'll tell you who's in it? I don't know what she was doing, but she is on camera repeatedly. It's not just that one interview with Fox News' John Roberts where she says she's got the client list on her desk. It repeatedly is touting the big reveal, then expressing indignation that documents had been unfairly, unjustly withheld from her by the evil FBI, then explaining what she was going to do to get to the bottom of the FBI's withholding, that she was conducting like a big sort of raid where she was sending a truck, she was going to get all the documents, none of which appears to have been true. Nothing. I mean, nothing's, as far as I know, gone to her since March. So we've had March, April, May, June, July for her to finally work up the nerve to tell us there's absolutely no there. And not even tell us a paper statement, 2 pages, leaked to a left-leaning media outlet that they knew would not kick the tires on this. That's pathetic. It doesn't work. And she, in particular, having gone on camera, you know how it is in journalism, Paul. If you say something wrong or commit a sin on camera with your audience, there is only one real way of fixing it. And it's in the exact same forum in which you committed the sin to begin with. You've got to put your big boy pants on. You go back on camera. You look at the same audience and you say, I screwed up. You don't fix it via tweet or on Insta. And in her case, you don't fix it via an unsigned 2-page document that you give to Axios where no one can ask you questions about it. So yesterday at the cabinet meeting, she was asked one question. She spewed a bunch of verbal diarrhea, which only made it worse. And now they want to declare case closed. No, I mean, with all due respect, we, the people, will decide when it's case closed, and we're not there.
100%. Thank you, Megyn. We'll see you again next week.